Do your legs often feel heavy, tired, or colder than the rest of your body? Do you notice swelling in your ankles at the end of the day or tingling when you finally sit down to relax? These aren't just signs of aging. They're often red flags of poor blood circulation in your legs, and surprisingly, the cause might not be a medical condition but a few daily habits you've never questioned. Many people associate poor circulation with heart disease or diabetes, and while those can be contributing factors, the real culprits often lie in simple routines we repeat every day. Whether it's how we sit, what we wear, or how often we move, these habits slowly restrict blood flow and put extra pressure on the veins and arteries in our lower limbs. The consequences aren't just cosmetic. Over time, poor circulation in the legs can lead to varicose veins, chronic swelling, skin changes, and even more serious risks like deep vein thrombosis DVT. But here's the good news. You don't need pills or expensive devices to protect your vascular health. You just need to understand what's working against you and make a few smart adjustments. In this video, we'll reveal 5 everyday habits that could be silently harming your leg circulation, and more importantly, show you simple ways to fix them naturally. These tips are especially helpful for anyone over 50, but they're relevant at any age if you care about your mobility and long-term health. Let's begin with one of the most common and overlooked circulation killers: sitting still for too long. Habit number 1, sitting for long periods without moving. In today's world, sitting has become the default. We sit at work, during meals, while driving, and when relaxing in front of a screen. But what seems like a harmless passive activity may actually be one of the leading causes of poor circulation in your legs. When you sit for extended periods, especially without changing positions or standing up, you significantly reduce the body's ability to circulate blood efficiently, particularly to and from the lower limbs. Here's why this happens. The veins in your legs are responsible for returning blood to the heart, working against gravity. This process relies heavily on something called the calf muscle pump, a mechanism that activates when your leg muscles contract and squeeze the veins, pushing blood upward. When you sit too long, especially with knees bent at 90 degrees or more, your muscles remain inactive and the pump shuts down. Blood begins to pool in the lower legs and feet, leading to coldness, swelling, heaviness, and even a tingling or numb sensation. Over time, chronic sitting can contribute to venous insufficiency, where valves in the veins become weakened and blood can no longer flow effectively. In more serious cases, this sets the stage for blood clots, especially in the deep veins of the legs, a condition known as deep vein thrombosis DVT, which can be life-threatening if not caught early. So what's the solution? It starts with awareness and small movement breaks. Set a timer to stand up and move every 30-60 minutes. Even walking around the room for a minute or doing a few calf raises, ankle circles, or simple stretches can make a big difference. If you work at a desk, consider a standing desk or alternate between sitting and standing throughout the day. If you're stuck in a car or plane, take advantage of rest stops or walk the aisle every hour. Additionally, evaluate how you're sitting. Crossing your legs, slouching, or sitting on one foot can compress blood vessels and worsen circulation. Instead, sit upright with feet flat on the ground, knees level with your hips and your weight evenly distributed. Motion really is lotion for your joints, muscles, and blood flow. By rethinking how often and how long you sit, you can reignite circulation in your legs and protect them from long-term damage. Next, we'll look at another seemingly innocent habit that could be silently constricting your veins, crossing your legs too often. Habit number 2, crossing your legs too often. It's a habit most of us pick up without thinking. Whether in meetings on the couch or while chatting with a friend, crossing your legs feels natural, even elegant. But done too frequently or for too long, this everyday posture can have unintended consequences on your leg circulation, especially when paired with other sedentary behaviors. The issue lies in compression. When you cross one leg over the other, particularly at the knee or thigh, you place direct pressure on major veins and arteries, disrupting the smooth flow of blood. Over time, this reduces circulation to the lower part of the crossed leg and can lead to symptoms like numbness, tingling, or that pins and needles sensation when you finally uncross them. If your feet regularly fall asleep or feel colder on one side, your sitting posture may be to blame. More importantly, chronic leg crossing can contribute to the development of varicose veins, especially in people with a family history or weak vein walls. When veins are compressed repeatedly, it can damage the valves inside them, allowing blood to pool and stretch the veins, which makes them bulge, twist, and become more visible. This condition not only affects appearance, but can also cause aches, fatigue, and a heavy sensation in the legs. So how do you fix it? The goal isn't to sit rigidly or eliminate comfort. It's about being mindful and giving your legs space to move and breathe. Instead of crossing your legs at the knee, try crossing at the ankles, which places far less pressure on the veins. Or better yet, sit with both feet flat on the floor knees, hip width apart, and shift your position every 15-30 minutes. If you tend to cross your legs unconsciously, place a small pillow or foam roller under your knees as a gentle reminder, or set visual cues in your workspace to prompt posture checks. Standing up regularly and engaging in stretching or walking breaks will also reduce the need to fidget or fold your legs in the first place. Your veins, like your muscles, thrive on freedom of movement and lack of compression. By paying attention to how you sit, you can prevent circulation issues before they start and give your legs the support they need to stay warm, energized, and healthy. Next up, a wardrobe habit. Many people never suspect tight clothing that restricts blood flow. Habit number 3, wearing tight pants or socks regularly. We often think of clothing as a matter of style, comfort, or climate, but rarely do we consider its effect on our blood flow. However, wearing tight pants, leggings, compression-style shapewear, or elastic socks too frequently or for extended hours can subtly restrict circulation, especially in the lower half of the body. And over time, these small restrictions can contribute to poor blood flow in your legs, leaving you with cold feet, swelling, or even varicose veins. The problem starts with external compression. Tight clothing, especially around the thighs, calves, or waist, can press on veins and arteries just enough to impede the free movement of blood. This isn't usually an issue when you're standing or moving, but when you combine tight garments with long periods of sitting or static posture, the restriction becomes more significant. Blood has a harder time flowing upward from your feet and legs toward your heart, leading to pooling heaviness or fatigue in the legs. Tight socks with firm elastic bands in particular can act like a tourniquet. The marks you see around your ankles after removing socks aren't just cosmetic. They can indicate reduced venous return, which contributes to swelling and coldness in the feet and lower legs. So what can you do without sacrificing comfort or style? Start by choosing stretchable, breathable fabrics that move with your body and allow proper blood flow. Opt for pants with softer waistbands or leggings that offer light support without excessive compression. When it comes to socks, look for designs labeled non-binding or diabetic friendly, especially if you experience swelling or sensitivity. If you do wear snug-fitting clothing or compression gear for specific reasons like athletic performance or long travel, it's essential to balance that with movement and stretching breaks. Taking off tight socks or pants when at home, elevating your legs for 10-15 minutes, or doing simple calf pumps can help counteract any temporary restriction. Also pay attention to how your clothing feels as the day goes on. If your legs or feet start to feel cooler, more numb, or begin to swell, it might be your body's way of signaling that your outfit is interfering with circulation. Your blood vessels are meant to move freely without external pressure squeezing them shut. By giving your body a little more space, literally, you create the right conditions for healthier circulation, warmer feet, and more energized legs. Coming next, we'll explore a surprisingly overlooked contributor to poor leg circulation: hydration, or lack thereof. Habit number 4, ignoring hydration and electrolytes. When people think about improving blood circulation, they often focus on exercise or posture, but one of the most overlooked factors is hydration. Staying properly hydrated is essential for maintaining healthy blood viscosity, supporting vascular function, and ensuring that nutrients and oxygen reach your extremities, especially your legs and feet. Without adequate water and electrolytes, your circulation slows, your blood thickens, and your legs can suffer the consequences. Blood is about 90% water. When you're dehydrated, that fluid volume decreases, causing blood to become more viscous or sticky, which makes it harder to flow through narrow blood vessels. Thicker blood travels more slowly, increasing the risk of poor circulation, clot formation, and cold extremities. This is particularly problematic for older adults whose thirst mechanisms tend to weaken with age and who may already have compromised circulation in the legs. But it's not just about water. Electrolytes like sodium, potassium, magnesium, and calcium are equally important. These minerals help regulate muscle contractions, blood pressure, and the balance of fluids inside and outside blood vessels. If you're low on electrolytes due to sweating, certain medications, caffeine intake, or just poor diet, your blood vessels may not dilate properly, and your muscles, including the heart, may not pump efficiently. The result? You may feel sluggish, experience leg cramps, tingling in the feet, or even notice increased swelling in the lower limbs, all symptoms that point to compromised circulation. Fortunately, improving hydration is simple. Start your day with a glass of room temperature or warm water, possibly with a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon to naturally replenish electrolytes. Sip water consistently throughout the day rather than chugging large amounts all at once. Herbal teas, coconut water, and homemade electrolyte drinks are also excellent additions. If you're active or live in a hot climate, consider adding electrolyte powders or tablets to your water, especially if you're prone to leg cramps or feel weak after sweating. And remember, hydration starts with food too. Eating water-rich fruits and vegetables like cucumbers, oranges, and leafy greens helps support fluid intake and provides valuable minerals. It's a simple truth: your blood can't flow if it doesn't have enough liquid to move. By staying hydrated and balancing electrolytes, you're not just helping your heart, you're helping your legs feel lighter, warmer, and more energized. Next, we'll address a final and surprisingly damaging factor: poor posture while standing or sitting. Habit number 5, poor posture. While standing or sitting, posture isn't just about appearance, it's a key player in how well your body functions, especially when it comes to circulation. If you're regularly standing with locked knees, sitting slouched in your chair, or favoring one leg while you lean, you may be unknowingly reducing blood flow to your lower body. Over time, these small imbalances can create big problems in the form of swelling, numbness, coldness, and even long-term vein damage. Let's start with sitting posture. When you sit hunched over with your spine curved and shoulders forward, your abdominal cavity compresses. This can partially restrict blood flow from your lower limbs back up to the heart. If your feet dangle without support or your knees are tightly bent for long periods, especially while driving or working at a desk, it creates a physical barrier for circulation. Pair this with stillness and you've got the perfect setup for pooling blood and sluggish flow to the legs. Standing for long hours, especially with poor alignment, brings its own challenges. People who stand with their knees locked or with most of their weight shifted to one hip often notice tightness, fatigue, or even numbness in one leg. That's because uneven pressure disrupts the natural pumping mechanism that sends blood upward. Over time, it can lead to inflammation, spider veins, and reduced oxygen delivery to muscles. The good news: fixing your posture doesn't require a personal trainer, just a bit of awareness and consistency. When sitting, keep your feet flat on the floor, knees at hip level, and avoid slouching or leaning to one side. Use a small pillow or lumbar support if needed to help your spine maintain a neutral curve. Stand up every 30-60 minutes, shift your weight regularly, and try standing with soft knees, not locked joints. When standing, focus on distributing weight evenly between both feet, keeping your spine tall and your shoulders relaxed. If you work at a standing desk, consider using an anti-fatigue mat and alternating between sitting and standing positions. Stretching your hip flexors, calves, and hamstrings regularly will also support better posture and leg comfort. Correct posture is more than a habit, it's a foundation for healthy circulation, joint health, and overall body function. By making small adjustments to how you sit and stand, you'll keep your blood moving, your legs energized, and reduce the risk of chronic circulation issues in the future. Now that we've explored 5 of the most common everyday habits that harm your leg circulation, let's wrap it all up and show you how to take action starting today. Poor circulation in your legs doesn't always begin with a serious health condition. It often starts with small, seemingly harmless habits we repeat every day. Sitting for too long, crossing your legs, wearing tight clothing, and neglecting hydration, or simply standing with poor posture may not feel dangerous in the moment, but over time they quietly disrupt the healthy flow of blood through your lower limbs. What's empowering is that these habits can be corrected, often with minimal effort. A little more awareness, a few stretches, smarter hydration, and a posture check can go a long way in revitalizing your legs, preventing discomfort, and even reducing your risk of serious circulatory issues later in life. And the best part: these changes don't require medication or drastic lifestyle overhauls, just small, consistent improvements you can start today. At MediMint, we're here to guide you through these practical changes, especially if you're navigating your health journey in your 50s and beyond. We believe in simplifying science and turning it into easy-to-follow routines that fit real life. Every video on our channel is crafted to help you understand your body better and take natural steps toward lasting wellness. If this video helped you identify something in your daily routine that needs adjusting, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, subscribe to MediMint for more expert-backed tips on circulation, mobility, and healthy aging. Your legs carry you through life. Let's give them the care and movement they deserve.